Hello. Today, I want to talk about drawing the boring stuff. Now, you may be wondering what I mean by the boring stuff. Well, what I mean by the boring stuff is the things that are important to everything else. And once you reach a certain level of skill, I think it's extremely important that you don't stop at that point. So, you maybe want to get to that point, but I think it's important that you're always learning something new when it comes to drawing, because I feel like it's kind of like you gain a certain level of confidence and you need to kind of start learning more. Like, you can't just stop or you'll atrophy at certain things, or you may or you may not find certain things important that are extremely important. That you may hear someone else say you need to work on A, B, or C. One thing that I've been really trying to get back into the flow of is understanding perspective. I feel like it's not just something that you can do once and forget. I think it's important to like be thinking about it all the time when you're drawing, and I'm trying to make it become second nature. Now, obviously, you may not want to do everything when it comes to perspective. Like, I think a lot of perspective tricks kind of bore me. Like, I've seen some people do like really cool, interesting landscape type things, but to a certain extent, they're a bit dry in my eyes. I mean, other people, it may be their cup of tea or coffee, but to me, it's just not it. So I've been reading Perspective Made Easy, and I wanted to show you something that, like, I feel like even when it comes to a lot of perspective, you have to like look at something so many times until you actually begin to understand it. I mean, I don't think it matters what people tell you, but sorry, I didn't mean to cough in the microphone. Um, but the point I'm getting at is that I have found it, like, I find myself being able to look at stuff in a new light after having drawn for a while, and I think that that's really the way to go. Like, to get in the flow, to understand the methods. Like, it's not about, like, I never thought it was about the tools in any way, even though I feel like they can help you in certain instances. Like, okay, for example, I like to have the ability to be able to freehand everything. Now, if you're an industrial designer and you have a job to get done, unless you have years of experience drawing ellipses perfectly, you're probably not going to want to try to do it freehand. You're going to want to use a tool to kind of do it. So, for example, as I've been doing tons and tons of drawing, I got the tool called Lazy Nizumi, which is like it's like a digital roller, and it could help you draw ellipses and all of that. And the funny thing is, I used it, but eventually I found like I didn't like using it. And best $35 I ever spent. I'm not saying the tool was bad. The tool was clearly really, really good, but it served a different purpose, and to me, I didn't think I needed it. I mean, clearly I do, because I can't freehand ellipses, but I feel like my goals all have to do with being able to freehand stuff. But that's kind of just me. I mean, it very well could help you if you're trying to understand some deeper concept before you can actually get to the point of being able to freehand it. I mean, I think an understanding is extremely important, but I think when it comes to drawing, as soon as you kind of understand it in maybe the non-free-handed way you want to move to get yourself to that point in which you can freehand it. And the line that I'm referencing with this, I'm kind of like referencing that. It's really interesting because I found that the more you draw, the more things really fit together like a puzzle. That was a bad one. But I found things kind of like fit together like a puzzle, and it kind of all becomes logical eventually. So another thing, watch when I do this line here. Like, I'm trying to go to the vanishing point over here. So because and this is another thing, because like, you know, when you do this, a lot of it ends up even though I'm not going to draw it perfectly, a lot of this stuff ends up reinforcing the behavior of other things I've learned. So I place my vanishing points pretty close to each other, and when you do that, you get some like really skewed stuff. So it kind of like affects it all, and it's like, yeah, this is the way to do it, but like if this isn't the way you would see something if you went into a room. I mean, I don't know, maybe if it was like a, you know, like the funhouse mirrors, but like things like, cause I did this so close to the vanishing point. Well, actually, maybe I should have been ghosting to that. Because I've ghosted it so close to the vanishing point, it's becoming like very skewed when like it's right, but it looks wrong. I did that wrong. I'm sorry. I keep spitting on my tablet. I don't like that line. Ugh. I keep messing up my lines. That's what I get for being tired. I think it's about there. Maybe there. So like you can see the skew in which like this box here, it's a lot more like a box that I think looks normal than like the box I'm making over here, because I'm getting that skew because of where the vanishing point is, and I'm trying to make all of the lines converge towards the vanishing point. So it's like it's totally bad on me that I did that, which goes to show like the importance of placing your vanishing points far away enough so that things don't look weird, unless that is your intended behavior. So it's really funny. Like I feel like I may have heard this before, but like I feel like I didn't understand it until I really, I don't know, I guess you could say, draw the boring stuff until I spent more time doing that. And there's probably a lot that I'm still missing, but I will pick up along the way. You know? It's one of those frustrating things to admit that you're not gonna internalize it all the first time. Like, I mean, I feel like very few people really internalize it all the first time. It's kind of like something you have to do over the course of many. I feel like you have to make a ton of bad art before you can really get good at it. Yeah, I don't like this box. I think I did it right, because I'm trying to make everything go towards that vanishing point. But it's just like because of that vanishing point V2 or VP2 is so close, it's causing that skew, and it's just it looks so it looks so wrong. Oh well, but I hope this example could really help hone in the importance of placing your vanishing points too close together and this skew you'll get from it. Maybe I did make a mistake somewhere here. But yeah, thanks for listening to this video. I hope you learned something about drawing the boring stuff. But thanks. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. If you have a question, please leave in the comments. But thanks for listening. Bye.